I don't watch Don Lemon for obvious reasons. It's horrible. But
No one does.
I do see some clips from time to time. Last night, he and his panelists were having a good laugh about the fact that My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, got his phone seized at Hardee's. And they thought it was hilarious that he was getting fast food, that he was at Hardee's when this happened to him, because what kind of a self-respecting person would be getting fast food at Hardee's? He's obviously disgusting and below Don Lemon for doing that. And to me, it dovetails perfectly into what you're saying. The elite media, the Nancy Pelosi's with the 45,000 ice creams behind her and her designer freezer, they don't understand how real people live.
If you've never lived that way, but it's one thing, Megyn, to not understand how real people live, right? I mean, there are a million walks of life I've never done, even though I grew up in construction and blue collar and things like that, but there are a million things I've never done, but I at least understand I've never done it. Yeah, I at least understand that person has a totally different life experience than I do. They don't care. I say this a lot, and it proves to be correct a lot, that all of our cultural leaders, not just politicians, all of them, they all have three things in common now, and they're all bad. No love of country. Sometimes they hate the country, but oftentimes they just don't care about it. They don't do anything, wake up in the morning and think, wow, this is good for America. That doesn't cross their mind. No love of country, no relation to the working person, because they've never lived in that world. We already talked about that. And an ironclad belief that they are of a higher class. I don't mean basic snobbishness, right? Oh, I'm not going to eat that. Where's my chamomile tea? I mean, they genuinely believe, as rulers in the past have, that they are of royal blood and that these absurd peasants down below and their freedoms, they're holding everything back. If they would just shut up about their freedoms and let us rule as kings and queens, then we will make life better for everybody. When you understand those three things, everything they do makes sense.
It's so true. It led to the unfortunate moment of Joe Biden celebrating along with James Taylor singing Fire and Rain. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense because it's a climate control bill. It's not an Inflation Reduction Act. So Joe Biden celebrating as the Dow is tanking yesterday. We have this soundbite. It's from Fox News, and you can see the lower third and the Dow falling precipitously as they're, yucking it up over there on the White House lawn. Watch.
This couldn't have happened without every single one of you, and that's in the literal sense in the Senate. Every single one was required because the other team didn't want to play. And all our distinguished guests, CEOs, advocates, activists, thank you for joining us. And what a great day. Exactly 4 weeks ago today, I signed
Shows
the
the down
Inflation
1300
Reduction Act into law.
And he's talking about inflation. I mean, it's amazing how poorly they set this up.
It is. You know what else? It hit me yesterday, Megyn, when I was thinking about actually that speech and the Dow and things like that. We were talking about people being out of touch. Honestly, we're all probably a little out of touch because we wait until like the inflation report comes out. And then this is big news because we have the numbers in front of us, right? Oh, my gosh, inflation. But normal people, they already knew. They didn't need some news article about inflation sucking it up. They're well aware that their standard of living has been steadily going down for some time now, and they can't afford anything. And, oh, maybe you don't get new shoes for back to school this year. Looks like we're going to have to cut cable. We got it. Normal people already knew. And yet it's always this lagging indicator with the headline, right? Normal people, especially poorer people, are watching their lives be wiped out right now. More than just 401ks, just watching their lives be wiped out. It's genuinely sad, extremely sad.
Just to put some meat on the bones, consumer price index, key measure of inflation, increased by 8.3% in August when compared to the same month last year. Many economists had predicted that inflation would decline in August. Didn't happen. Markets nosedived on the news. Dow fell 900 points ultimately. And the food index, which I mentioned, has seen the largest 12-month increase since May of 1979. It's risen 11.4% just over the last year. So you're right. People are feeling it when they go to the grocery store. And while gas prices have fallen slightly, they're still high. And people are feeling it virtually in every area that they spend money, in particular on their electric bills. And so you turn on the TV and you're thinking, my God, I don't know what to do because the housing market's starting to crumble. The food costs more. The gas still costs more than it did under President Trump. The electric bill can't get paid. And you see Joe Biden with his aviator shades on there celebrating the Inflation Reduction Act with James Taylor. And is it any wonder, Jesse, that when Nancy Pelosi took to the microphones, ready to, yeah, she had to beg for applause. Here's the moment.
Mr. President, thank you for unifying and inspiring a vision of a stronger, fairer, safer future for all, for our children. Your extraordinary leadership has made this glorious day possible. That's an applause line.
Oh my God.
Jill was applauding.
Jill, oh my God. Jesse.
Nancy Pelosi actually fascinates me a lot, Megyn, and I mean it this way. I realize she's unlikable and horrible, but she's a Disney movie villain. I mean, she's Cruella de Vil in real life. She's just an unlikable human being. I don't even say that as a partisan, which I admit I am. She's just a very unlikable human being. Yet, because she's so good at raising money to get Democrats elected, she's maintained this status in the Democratic Party and nationally that she should never have. So she's become basically the worst face you could have for a party, and she maintains it because of money. And everything seems to come back to that because of money. Like you were making fun of the name of the bill, the Inflation Reduction Act. Let's be honest. It was never intended to do anything about inflation. Democrats do two things when they take power. They crush their enemies and they reward their friends. This was one gigantic swan song, the last bill Joe Biden will ever get passed. That's a big handout to his donors. And that's what it was. And they're pretty naked and open about it. That's what it is.
If you're like me, you're growing more and more concerned about the future. The market is all over the place. My God, this week, and inflation is at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates are skyrocketing. Market experts not only predict a recession, they say we're already in one, but they're using terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. If you want to protect your future, call a precious metals dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio. That's smart, with physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a short phone call, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA or 401k. Have you been looking at those crown jewels this week with the Queen thinking, I wouldn't mind some of that gold? You can get it. You can get your own gold. And by the way, they keep this very simple for you. They've idiot-proofed the whole process. This is the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating for the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. And by the way, as an exclusive offer for my fans, if you call them right now, they're also going to give you up to $1,500 of free silver and a free safe on qualifying orders. Don't wait. Call them now. 866-518-2955. That's 866-518-2955, or text my name, Megyn, spelled Megyn, to 65532, okay? You call 866-518-2955 or text Megyn to 65532. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.